So besides Stanford, did you apply to other universities or you just set on?
No. So I was not that confident that I'll get into Stanford. So that was not the only. So I actually had shortlisted like a list of 8 universities. I applied to 4. Then this financial crisis
Yeah.
really started becoming bigger and bigger in 2009, right? So everybody around me tried to convince me that you are at Amazon, you're making good money. Why do you want to go to the US where seems like everything is falling apart, right? So I didn't apply to the rest 4. So I applied only to 4, thinking that okay, let me drop this idea. Then Stanford happened, and then it was like I can't say no to this. Right? I had other options, like I think I had one from Purdue, one from UCSD, San Diego, and like then I sort of decided like Stanford is something I can't let go. Yeah. So I applied for 4.
Yeah, that's actually going to my next question. 2009, oh my God, everything was, all hell was breaking loose. That's a courageous decision.
No, it was absolutely like everybody around me was super worried that you are not going to get a job even if you go to Stanford because the times are so crazy. And I was like, we'll figure it out.
So how did the education and experience at Stanford influence your professional career and your journey post Stanford?
The good part about Stanford was that being absolutely in the middle of Bay Area, right? Like where all the like companies were starting, or like even today, like that's where a lot of tech startups sort of start, right? So I think that was the biggest difference what it made to me personally. I never had a thought that I could potentially start a company, but I think if you spend couple of years in that area, it's very hard to not think that you will start a company, right? So everybody around you is thinking of starting a company or actually starting a company. So that is what I think has been the biggest change that I could see, because my problem at Amazon, I think the perfect solution to that was actually to start a company. And being there, it just made me feel that I can do it, because while I was at Stanford, I could see a couple of my friends sort of doing this and actually doing well in it. Right. And as soon as somebody around you who you feel is you are similar to, and like you could potentially do something similar, automatically gives you a lot of courage. So yeah, so I think that was the biggest change in terms of that happened to my professional journey from that. And along with that, the confidence that you get because you are going to a university like Stanford, and then you're sort of at Facebook. So then you don't feel really like that if I spend 2-3 years trying to build something, nothing works out, then what would I do? And that's the biggest worry that most of the people have when they try to start a company. I think both of these things were sort of taken away, and like I didn't really have to worry about that.
And just building on that, any specific examples or experiences, projects, what have you, that really reinforce this belief in you that anything is possible? You know, I can take the next leap if you.
So yeah, I think like first of all, Facebook was a really big deal, right? Like at that time, everybody around me, like getting a job at Facebook was super hard. As soon as I got that, that gave me a lot of confidence.
And how big was Facebook's team back then?
So when I joined, we were 500 people.
Yeah, it's not big at all.
Yeah, I think last year Facebook fired 10,000 people. So when I joined,
just to get a sense,
yeah. So when I joined, we were 500 people.
Yeah.
So relatively small.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and another good part about that was that I got some ESOPs, which allowed me to sort of stick with this journey of trying to build something, because I was able to sell a little bit every year and then sort of sustain myself. That was also very, like, I think financially, if you're secure, that really helps as well if you're trying to start something.
Right.